Agreed. Greetings and salutations. The universe is just doomed. 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 Doomed.
Hi, welcome back.
It's us. It's me, Nicole.
Me, Tessa. I was like, yeah, it's us. Are you going to do it?
Just
or not?
us.
That's how come we don't know what's happening because it's just us.
It's just us. No research assistant tonight.
Nope.
All by our lonesome.
All by yourself. You know what? We're just getting what we wanted because that was the whole thing was the isolation tank for two. And that's
where we are right now.
we're just getting, I mean, we're not mad about it. There's not like a problem.
In our
There's
neon
not like an
lighting isolation pod. Neon lit.
You're going to have to learn how to do this by yourself.
No. And tonight we're here to talk about 25 years of
man,
but I'm a cheerleader.
I'm a cheerleader.
But starring one of our fucking favorite actresses.
Oh, man.
Natasha Lyonne.
Straight up from Pee-wee's Playhouse days.
Hell yeah.
Fucking
You
Opal.
guys remember that?
Yep.
Opal from Pee-wee's Playhouse. And she's doing the circuit right now on
She's
podcasts
doing the
and
thing.
stuff.
And
Because
her
she's got
hair is
something new
great.
coming out. She's doing great.
Looking great.
I don't think she's dating Fred Armisen anymore, which was a weird thing.
Well, she wanted a pool.
And he didn't want a
She
pool.
wanted a pool.
Whatever
He didn't
that
want a
means.
pool. Whatever that means. That's something I'm not aware of.
If that's language for something else, we are unaware.
Mm.
And again, Clea DuVall
Our other favorite,
as Graham, which I love that name for
Graham
a girl.
Eaton.
I did not catch that it was Graham.
Graham Eaton.
Mine only said the first name.
Well, so did mine, but then once I watched it, because I had finished it up earlier today,
Oh, okay.
that
I
when
watched
they
it
were
like
doing
last
the
week.
graduation, she was saying everybody's first and
Oh,
last. I was
okay.
like, oh shit, Graham Eaton, that's funny.
Michelle Williams as Kimberly.
Which I forgot.
Because she's not in it a ton.
No, she's in the beginning, but Melanie Lynskey,
Mm-hmm.
she's in it. That's Hillary.
Mm-hmm.
The
Her
narc.
original accent.
Yes. She's from New Zealand, isn't she?
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
And her husband is Jason Ritter,
Yes.
son of John Ritter.
Yes, and he's like his,
And he's
spitting
adorable.
image. He really is. They seem real cute together.
They do.
They seem real nice.
He seems very supportive of her and
Seem
her
like good people.
being more famous than him, even though he's John Ritter's son. But she's just been doing more big.
Well, she's also on the thing right now. She's like out there too. Actually,
A few of these, yeah. Not all of them, but there's
not
a few.
all of them, but there's like a few. Well, there's things and stuff in here that are perennial favorites.
Like I forgot about Bud Cort playing
Yes.
Natasha Lyonne's dad.
Mink Stole
As her mom. RuPaul is Mike.
Yes. Well, I had all the girls.
Oh,
First.
after Michelle, I think I had Brandy Wiley as Jared. Which one is Jared? Why am I
Jared is
blanking?
Brandy Wiley.
That's what I
was
wrote
That's
down.
the boyfriend.
His name is Brandy?
That Brandy.
Hold up.
You're a fine
Am I going to have to go back to IMDb? Maybe it's Brandon and my autocorrect fucked me? But that's what I fucking wrote down. Brandy. Hold on. Now
That's
I'm gonna have to
bizarre.
And then I tried to type in "I'm but a cheerleader."
Nope.
Oh, we're off.
Brandy as Jared. No.
We're off to a great start.
Well, anyway, I've got some more people for you while you look that
Okay,
up.
you
I've got
tell me.
Katrina Phillips as Jan.
it's Brant.
Oh, Brand.
Brandt.
It's right next to each other.
Yeah.
That's an easy
And
mistake
I wrote
to
Brandy.
make. Well,
Yeah,
and even
okay.
if you would have skipped up, Brandy wouldn't have fucked you up because
Yeah.
it's like a thing. It's a thing. It's a word. Rufio, Dante Basco as Dolph.
Yep.
Joel Michaely as Joel.
Mhm.
That was a stretch. Douglas Spain as Andre. Kip Pardue as Clayton.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's when I got to everybody else. Those were all the kids.
Okay.
So Mink Stole.
We did those. Yeah. Mink Stole
Kathy
Bud Cort.
Moriarty.
Yes.
As Miss Mary Brown. Eddie Cibrian.
as Rock
son,
in
Rock.
those fucking
Rock.
Daisy Dukes. Daisy Dukes. Who names their son Rock?
If you're not gonna right?
Rock Hudson. Come on.
Rock. Come on. Rock Hudson was a fine motherfucker though. And so Eddie Cibrian. Girl, remember when he married to Leanne Rimes?
Yeah,
and
he's somebody, right?
I remember in the now don't judge me. In the Perez Hilton days before I found delisted.
Oh, you know I ain't gonna judge you because I was right there.
I know, that's what
you.
I'm saying. You were right there next to me. I'm just saying out there because I know like he's a problem.
Right.
So before I found delisted, Long May It Rain, rest in peace.
Mm-hmm.
I remember there being like a thing with Leanne Rimes and the Eddie Cibrians.
Eddie Cibrian was once married to Brandi Glanville.
Oh.
But since 2011 has been married to Leanne Rimes.
Oh, okay. So
yeah.
I was wrong. So who's she?
Brandi Glanville?
Is she a wife? You know what I mean? Housewife? I feel like she's one of them. Is she the one whose pussy stinks?
I don't know. It says television personality and former model, best known for appearing on, and then it cuts off.
Well, whatever.
Oh, yeah, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
Okay, yeah,
Beverly Hills.
I don't watch that shit. I mean, I watch a lot of trash, but I draw the line.
Yeah, I don't watch Real Housewives.
That's not for
sorry.
me, but I do read gossip, and I do see those things, so I've seen her name in an attachment to that shit.
Gotcha. So, yeah, that's who that is.
Right. And Richard Mole.
Yes, Mole.
Larry. Did that came back, didn't
Night
it?
Court?
Yeah.
With just John Larroquette and like his daughter?
Well, no, and the bailiff lady too, right?
Oh, is she in it too?
Mhm.
I only saw John Larroquette, but I haven't actually watched any of it.
She has a name, and I'm feeling really rude right now because I don't know it off the top of my head. And there's no research assistant, so sorry.
Sorry. Was that everybody?
I think so. Who was Lloyd and Larry? Who was
the other one?
Who was the partner? I didn't have that written down.
I don't have it either. Let's see.
And I know he's somebody. He's that guy that with the
He's
goony
been in a
face.
bunch of
He's
stuff,
like grown
yeah.
up Beans, and now Beans is grown up Beans, and it's
Right.
weird.
Let's see. Wesley Mann
Yes,
was Lloyd.
okay, there you go.
And Richard
we
Mole
need to
is
bring
Larry.
him up because he's an integral part of this cast.
And we have just a super small cameo from Julie Delpy as the lipstick lesbian in the bar.
Lipstick lesbian.
That's what they named her.
I guess she was predatory.
Yeah,
I was looking at her. She was predatory.
You're all up on this young girl.
I know.
She was a high school girl.
Seriously, like you know that you have to know you're a regular that they're bringing these kids in here to just experience something different.
She
like
picks
not
one up every time.
necessarily.
She's the
Probably.
what's his name from Dazed and Confused? She's the
the Wooderson.
She's the Wooderson
Yep,
of the
she's
lesbians.
the Whiterson. All right.
And so the director is Jamie Babbitt, who directed Girls.
Oh, ew.
You guys, we tried.
You know what? I remembered her name, and I'm not even going to tell you because I love you that much.
You remembered? So you know that
Keep it
show
to
Girls, that HBO show with that one girl whose name we don't even want to remember, who makes us cringe so hard. We tried. We watched. We went
really
to
did.
we went to like a group thing where everyone else was really
It's
excited
so,
about
like,
Girls.
Yeah, it's going to be like super cool. And then we like tried, and it was like, this is fucking awful.
And when we left, we looked at each other like, was it just me or was that really bad?
You know what the good thing was that was like that, but better done, better acted, better whatever was Difficult People.
Oh yeah, I love Difficult People.
Difficult People was better
better
because it was like terrible.
But it
people,
wasn't.
But like
it was
they were,
terrible
like,
people, but
you loved them.
People having weird, cringy sexual
That's
interactions
what I'm saying.
and
Like
stuff.
fucking
Like
gross. She's gross. She's gross. She's gross.
She's gross.
She's gross. I'm not gonna say her name. I'm not gonna say it.
So anyway,
I love you that much.
She's gross, but this movie is great.
No,
so
this
let's
movie
get into
is
it.
great. So hang up the chick habit, hang it up, daddy.
And you know about April March, right, you guys? Do you know who April March is?
What?
She was the one who sings Chick Habit.
Oh yeah. I was all
She was
like,
an animator for Ren and Stimpy.
Okay.
And a couple other things. Like
yes, because the name.
I feel like maybe she did stuff for Pee-wee's
name I have
Playhouse or
seen.
something. Like she did all kinds of other stuff, and then she decided just to record an album just randomly.
I thought you were just talking about
Remember
the passage of time, and I was like,
Remember
yes,
February,
I'm aware
March,
of
April,
the
May?
months. I was like, what?
It doesn't go April, March, dumbass. What are you talking about?
I'm so confused right now. But yes, I remember seeing that name on several
So yeah, look her up. She's got an interesting story. Speaking of Women's History Month, April March is a great one to go look up. And in fact, Natasha Lyonne, Clea DuVall.
I know. Well, this is widely regarded. Widely again. Widely regarded as like a, it's like a girl movie. It's like a good girl lesbian movie.
Right.
Not that we're lesbians, but not like it's a problem.
As close as you can get without being a lesbian.
I guess.
We're lesbians in spirit, but not in practice.
I'm a non-practicing lesbian. Actually, in fact, what was that thing that you sent me that like the fact that I'm still attracted to men proves that sexuality is not a choice?
Right? If I could choose.
If I could just
I would just sleep with you. But I don't have a choice.
I don't have a choice in the matter. It's like I'm born this way. I'm sorry.
Sorry. So Megan is at cheer practice.
Yes.
And Michelle Williams is the captain. She's giving them instructions for the playoffs.
Yeah.
Megan's boyfriend is sad. She's leaving, but just a couple hours before him. Like,
right?
Because she's going on a different bus. Because you know what happens on the travel bus.
Oh, of course. You know what happens on the... Well, you know more so because I never went to games.
Yeah, he's sad he ain't getting the hand job, blow job on the bus in the dark.
Right. He wasn't getting to sink a didge.
So he takes her to go make out in the car.
Oh, you know what?
This is the worst, and it's intentionally bad. I mean, it's not like they knew exactly what they were doing.
Absolutely.
But she just sits there with her mouth open while he licks the... It's like if you have a dog, those white people that let the dog lick their inside of their mouth.
No.
He's like a big old Labrador.
No. We don't let that. We don't allow that to happen.
And she just tries to close her eyes and think about hard nipples and cheerleader outfits.
She's thinking about cheerleader practice.
And her face while he's just mauling her. She's just like...
I can't even imagine, like, I don't know. There's nothing I could possibly think about that would snap me out of what is happening in my mouth right now.
What could you... Because there's no way to convey, to change that in your mind with a thought to be something good. There's nothing good that could be happening with that feeling in your mouth.
No, Jared, no.
I'm at the dentist would be a better... Like, I'd almost rather imagine I'm at the dentist.
Get a filling.
Yeah. It's terrible.
I'd rather get a filling.
So that night, she's at dinner with mom and dad.
Yes.
And they're saying grace, and his prayer is very poignant about...
Right, she kind of looks up like...
Aimed at Megan about things that are unnatural. And
right, like help us accept our roles in God's whatnot.
And you notice that she's a vegetarian, that she doesn't get served any meat at dinner.
Right, you see that, and then you see like this little montage or panning shot of her room, and who's that at the window? Come to my window. She did. She made it there. It's Melissa Etheridge poster.
That's how her parents knew.
That
was it.
It was just that.
Vegetarian and a Melissa Etheridge poster.
That's all you knew. Well, that's why they looked at her later when they did the intervention. Like, you see?
Are you
sure? See? Because everybody knew but her.
So the next day, she kisses mom and dad goodbye for school, and they look at each other like, are you ready?
Yeah, they're like scheming to have somebody at the house at 3. Are we ready?
Are we doing the right thing?
Mm-hmm. And her parents told everyone.
Yeah, because she shows up at school, and her boyfriend and her friends are all like, they're acting weird because they are all aware this is about to happen.
Right, and like here come her boyfriend all like, and she's like, don't you hate it when they do that? And she's like, I think it's fun. But like, do you see this, Kimberly?
And she's all, maybe he just doesn't do it right. Yes.
Yes, he's not. He's not doing it right.
1,000% is not doing it right.
110,000,000% not doing it right.
She might still like both boys and girls.
She
got
might,
a boy
but
that
she pulled a fucking stinker.
Lick the inside of her mouth.
That's gross. He's giving her a root canal.
And when Megan walks away, Kimberly peeks in her locker and takes down this bikini girl photo she's got hanging up in there. She's got
nothing but girl pictures in her locker, and like Kimberly has boy pictures in her locker.
So Jared brings her home from school trying to drive super slow.
Right, like she's all,
what is going on?
What are you doing?
And this pink True Directions van pulls up in front of her house.
Right. And RuPaul pops out wearing a straight is great shirt.
He instructs them on their intervention for their daughter.
Yeah.
And so they arrive and all her friends are already there.
Could you imagine?
An intervention for your sexuality?
Right? And like you're not even aware.
That's insane.
This is
she doesn't
that
even know
everybody
she's a
else
lesbian.
has noticed, but you.
Yeah, I can't imagine. So they're all there. Mike introduces himself and is like, "Look, they just want to have a conversation. I'm here to facilitate the dialogue."
Right, and like Dad's all, we think you might have been influenced by an unnatural way of thinking, and Mom's like, "Honey, we think you're a
lesbian."
Lesbian.
So Mike tells her he's an ex-gay.
Yeah.
And he works for a place that helps people like her understand the reasons that made her gay.
Right.
And her mom's like, she asked why, and her mom's like, because you've been trying to make us eat tofu.
Right. And RuPaul's like, yeah, the change to vegetarianism.
Mm-hmm.
And then she talks about like gay iconography.
Her
and,
pussy
like,
pillow.
Right.
Her Melissa Etheridge poster.
Vaginal icons and decor or art.
And she's in denial.
Right. And like, how was nobody clocking little Michelle Williams over there with that haircut? Like,
like she's just mad that Megan hasn't noticed her and asked her to make out
like,
yet.
Yeah, seriously, she's just jealous. So now it's conversion camp for you big lesbo.
It's only a few months. Few months.
I know, like she doesn't even realize.
And is this mid-school year?
I don't know. And to have everybody, she's like, what, 17, 16?
Maybe, yeah. Everybody's aware of this in your whole school.
And her boyfriend's just going to take her back, no problem.
And this is like, what, the year 1999. This is not the fucking, I mean,
the
I guess.
license plate said California. I don't know about.
Yeah. Weird.
Where,
Right.
well, the whole thing is weird. It gives me very much Jawbreaker vibes.
Yeah, I could see that.
It gives me that a lot.
So cut to her being driven to this pink picket fence lined house,
yes,
this Barbie pink and blue
pink.
Victorian house.
Yeah. Well, first on their way out there, they passed the school bus that's going to that
full of
event with
cheerleaders,
full of them big tittied cheerleaders. That she's
hanging
all
out the window, just none of them wears a bra ever.
Not a one, and they're all cold.
Yes,
It's chilly.
it's frosty wherever they are.
Hanging their titties out of the school bus.
And Mary Brown comes out of this house to introduce herself. She's the founder.
Right, and this is her son, Rock. Gay.
So gay. Do you remember, was it you that was with me? We went to Menagerie like kind of during the day, but it was when they had the boy go-go dancers.
Oh.
And they were in rock outfits.
Yes.
It was like big old construction worker boots and then like teeny tiny little shorts.
Like trying to go up there and get a drink.
And they're
someone's
on the
in
bar.
A jock strap, like
Yes!
right over your head.
You're
and
about
it's
to
like,
get teabagged trying to get your fucking drink.
Whatever. Like, that's fine. That's great. But just want to get a drink.
Just like, why is it on the bar? There's a stage.
Because that's the place to be.
I guess so. They don't have a go-go cage.
It's fabulous.
So yes, he takes their bags, and she's telling the parents, we caught her just in time before all that college liberal brainwashing.
Right, before we lose them to college.
And she brought her pom-poms to gay conversion camp.
She loves cheerleading.
She does.
She loves it.
She really does.
She really, really does. It's not a front. I don't know if she would have eventually realized that she was a lesbian, maybe.
Or she just would have thought, this is how it feels to be.
Right. This is how it feels
or
to be
hopefully
straight.
she would have not married Jared and would have found a boy who could at least kiss right. And not been quite so miserable, but I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. A really pretty boy.
Yeah. A little femboy.
Like Clea DuVall.
Yep. So it's time for step 1.
Yep.
Admitting you're a homosexual.
Yep.
And so we're at the desk of Mary Brown, and she's telling her this is a 2-month program based on 5 steps.
Yes.
And step 1 is admitting your problem.
Right.
And they're trying to like entice her into admitting to her unnatural thoughts. And she's like, I don't think it is unnatural.
Yeah, like I don't think. She's like, see, you don't even think it's wrong. You don't even think it's wrong
until you admit your sickness. She gives her
Cathy
punishment
Moriarty,
clothes.
I love her. Yeah, you're gonna earn the right to wear your civvies.
And then
that's
it's not
where I got
civvies,
that from.
It's these pink and blue uniforms they make them wear. Or whatever.
I know it's not even like
it's
her
not
clothes. It's like whatever that weird Barbie pink and
they're like Barbie and Ken dolls.
Yeah.
So they give her the daily agenda, show her to her cabin, or not cabin. It's like,
well, Hillary comes out. She's like, we rise and shine at 7. There's breakfast at 8. Group therapy until lunch.
And like, you put all these girls and all these boys in group bedrooms We never did see the boys' room.
No, we never did see the boys' room, but I have a note about that later when they're doing like boy things and girl things, and all the girls are in purple lingerie painting each other's toes.
Like, how is this discouraging lesbianism? This is encouraging. Let's all sleep in the same bed. Let's get in sexy outfits and paint each other's toenails.
All of this, what is happening here is the Jill Sobule "I Kissed a Girl" video.
Yes,
it's
absolutely.
like they made a movie
around that video,
out of that video.
So yeah, shows her to the room full of pink beds and tells her no inappropriate behaviors allowed. And she's like
swearing? No, like fucking.
Which is from Graham, who she meets.
She's over there smoking on a plastic bed.
Mm-hmm. And Hillary tells her, never mind her. She's a spoiled brat.
Right.
And she starts telling her about all the steps and that she's only a day behind.
She shows her the chart. Like the first step was easy. I'm Hillary and I'm a homosexual.
So at group therapy, she gets her chair, her special fucking pink
cut the
chair
ribbon
or
on
whatever.
her chair. It's not even a pink chair.
Or no, it wasn't a pink chair. It was a regular
just a
chair.
pink ribbon. It was just a chair that she got.
And all the boys are dressed in blue and the girls are dressed in pink.
Right. And they go around the circle and Jan is a softball player and I'm a homosexual.
So yeah, it's time for her first disclosure, and they ask, when did you realize you were a lesbian? And she's like, I'm not. Everyone just thinks I am.
Right, and everybody like says what their thing is, and Sinead likes pain. Joel is a Jew and also a homosexual. And then Graham's like, we met. I like girls a lot, and I'm a homosexual.
Mm-hmm.
And then Andre, actor, dancer, homosexual. I am Andre through this whole movie.
He's great. So yeah, she shouldn't be here. I've had a boyfriend for 2 years and I love him. And Graham's like, yeah, he's got the biggest dick I've never seen.
Right, and it's like it's easy to be a prude when you're not attracted to him.
I'm not perverted. I'm a Christian.
Right. She's like, well, do you like get hot for him though?
She's like, look, everybody looks at girls. Everybody reads Cosmo.
You just assume that they're thinking the same thing you're thinking when you're looking.
And she dawns on her.
Oh, wait.
And she has to admit she's a homosexual. And she goes cross-eyed like...
She's drooling. It's
I know.
This wild breakthrough for her.
She's taken her first step in her true direction.
She's earned her civvies.
And and she just sits there and drools while everybody comes and group hugs her. And Graham just gives her a wink like,
we
part
know.
of the club. And she gets her pink outfit.
Right.
They were right. I'm a homo.
I'm a homo. But yeah, so
that night at dinner, she almost sits by Graham.
Mm-hmm. She's eating sushi, of course.
And then
eats alone.
And they're like, don't be upset. She's the, what did they say? The fish on her, she's just upset the fish on her plate is all she can eat.
Fish on her plate is the only fish she can eat.
So she sits with the group, and they're all excited to be straight.
Can't wait to be straight. He's always wanted to be.
Graham's the only one who's not excited to be straight.
No. She's like, this is like, maybe you have the wrong friends.
So next day, Mary's out gardening, quote unquote.
I want that plastic bright.
I was going to say
bird
with her
spritzer
plastic
on the
flowers.
Flowers. I mean, I guess you got to dust.
You got to rinse them off.
Well, you should probably just dust them.
And he's drinking out of a silly straw.
No sipping.
Chug it like a man.
Is that a lime Ricky?
I hope so. And that night in bed, Macon wakes up to this buzzing sound.
Right?
And she sees this red light under Sinead's covers.
She's using that shock stick to masturbate. It's aversion therapy, but she likes pain.
Is into it.
Well, she's over there looking at... Is that Graham's sock?
It was at that part or later. At some point, she definitely has Graham's sock. I don't remember if it was right here.
I feel like it was... At this point, she has Graham's sock, and later on, she's looking straight at Graham. That's why.
But her sock? What are you
I
doing,
know. I don't know what she's.
Quentin.
Quentin, Sinead.
Ain't nobody's sock ever made me horny.
No, ma'am. And how did she know that was her sock? She's been there like a fucking day.
Right. So I have questions later on because they seem way further ahead than one day at a certain point. Like later when they're doing all their stuff and the way they're talking to her, they make it seem like they've been doing this a while.
I mean, I don't know. It's supposed to be 3 months. Wasn't it 3 months?
2 months, I think she said.
Something like that, like an entire summer. Maybe it is the summer.
Maybe.
It's
it
like
didn't
the
show
whole summer
the end
they're
of the
gone.
school year, but it could be. So she's telling her, oh, that's sick. And she's like, well, you better start training yourself.
Right? If you want to get out of here. So that night, Mary comes in. Megan has a phone call. It's her parents, and they call her on this big green dick she has in this room.
And Mary's in bed playing acoustic guitar. Like, come
Lesbo.
Mary.
Miss Mary. Shit, Miss Mary.
And so Megan admits to her parents they were right. And she says she will be normal soon. And they're like, we can't wait for you to come home.
Right.
Step 2.
Rediscovering your gender identity.
Mary, all in pink, vacuuming the blue floors with blue vacuums.
With like teal vacuum. Like I
Or,
like
yeah.
all of the things.
Oh, I love this
like
color
how all
palette.
of the thing look like all of it looks. But I mean, conversion camp is terrible.
Oh, yeah.
But if like you could go and just go play dress up or whatever, like which we didn't have when we stayed in the John Waters room.
I
There
know,
supposed
it
to
was
be
supposed
like a
to
dress
come
up
with
thing, but it was
it.
like during like COVID and shit.
Yeah.
And they're like, you can't be trying on wigs
Yeah, that would be.
and outfits
Not good.
and whatever. And the only movie they didn't have was Crybaby, and that was like the movie that I had that I was all, should I just bring one? We're like, no, we didn't need to because there was like a
They were
whole
supposed to
library
have
or
'em
whatever,
all.
and we were gonna watch Crybaby and we couldn't. But the TV was in the ceiling.
It was pretty cool.
That was cool.
That was cool. So, yes. So the girls are getting all horny watching Mary teach Jan to
How to, like,
vacuum in
and out, and
in and
and
out.
out.
And the boys are out there with Mike learning to work on cars. And Mike is also in some short ass shorts
I
under
know.
this car.
Well, like everybody, this is
just a horny
it
camp.
is just yes, it is just taking the piss
Like, why are you even trying to play that you're converting
because
anybody?
they're not. It's a joke. All of this is a joke.
gotta
It's
be.
funny. It's like saved.
He's like, shove it in, take it out, put some muscle into
and
it.
Andre loves it.
And Megan getting fitted for a wedding dress.
Oh, they're all looking, and Hillary's over there
touching
fiddling
Jan's boob.
Jan's titty.
Graham's making paper dolls in the corner, not participating.
She never participates.
Mike is out there chopping wood, showing them how to be masked, and grab their crotches and spit. The girls are getting ready in the purple room.
That's what I'm saying. Like, is this a good idea? This
I
is
know.
not a good idea. All of the little lingeries were really cute, though. Super cute. Everyone looked adorable.
Oh, yeah. And Mary takes Jan's mustache.
Ow!
Now it's group therapy outside.
Yes.
And we're talking about our root.
Yes. The root of the issue. What made you
What made you gay? And
Right.
Graham says, well, my mother got married in pants.
Well, first, poor Andre, he doesn't have a root. He's like,
No, he
shit,
doesn't
Miss
know.
Mary. I'm not the only one that ain't got no root.
But everybody else except for he and Megan know their roots. So
Right,
Graham's
well,
is her mom got married in pants.
Married in pants. Dolph had too many showers with the team.
Hillary went to an all-girls boarding school.
Sinead was born in France.
Clayton's mom let him play in her pumps.
And Jan likes balls.
I questioned this earlier. So in 1999, you didn't talk about trans. That was not like a
that
big
wasn't
thing that was
necessarily-
known. But to me, she was giving trans, but that's not where they go with this. She's just what we would have called a tomboy.
Right. She's just, that's her deal.
She liked balls. She
I
ain't a
knew, like,
lesbian.
I knew a couple girls that were like that were.
Oh, yeah.
And they had like husbands.
Girls on the basketball team,
Yeah.
they were just kind of macho.
They end up having husbands.
Not
that they
all
would
of them,
like
but-
love. Like some had like hot husbands. And I was like, okay. But whatever.
Oh, it's
not
like,
really-
what's it? Venus and Serena Williams, buff as fuck, but like, I mean, and they're not masked, but they're
No.
ripped as hell.
Well, yeah. Like
They'll
those are.
take you fucking down.
Maybe they're into
Maybe,
that.
I
Maybe
think
they're
so.
into that. I mean, somebody for everybody.
There's
that's what I'm
somebody
saying.
for everybody.
Somebody for everybody.
So Joel says traumatic breasts.
No, traumatic breasts.
Oh, I thought he said traumatic breasts. I was like, what
Traumatic
does that
breasts.
mean? Okay, that works.
So, yeah.
So now it's time for Megan to dig into her painful memories.
Yes.
And she got nothing.
No, she can't figure it out. But now it's also time to it's time to delve into one of the best parts of heterosexuality, friendship, because gays don't have
Apparently, right? You can't have friends if you're
friends.
gay, I
No,
guess.
you can't, no, you don't have friends if you're gay.
So she tells everybody to pair up with a friend for the remainder, and everybody runs to
also-
somebody.
Once again, Miss Mary.
They went on purpose to leave Megan and Graham together.
Well,
Everyone could see that shit happening.
be that as it may, you're trying to like make them straight,
and you're going to pair them
you're
up
gonna
with
pair 'em
same-sex
up.
couples? Why didn't you put them
Mary.
in mixed couples?
Miss Mary.
And don't let them choose themselves. Well, and why didn't Sinead go to Graham?
Well, maybe Graham
Somebody
was
grabbed
like,
her first?
Hillary?
Maybe. Because wasn't Hillary into Sinead or no? Well, Hillary
there
didn't
wasn't
necessarily.
enough girls. The only ones that made it were the girls. Joel was the only boy that made it.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel
That's
like
right.
there was an odd...
Maybe there was an odd number. Didn't
I
write a
don't
note
know.
about that?
I don't know. I didn't.
So in their pairs, they start looking at these weird flashcards.
Yes, they're given flashcards at the fake campfire.
Oh, yeah.
They're playing with these flashcards. And like...
Graham and Megan are talking about objectifying women. And Megan's
women
getting
have
defensive.
roles.
Getting defensive because she's
And
still
you
looking
know
for her
what?
root.
If we're going to do this whole 1950s, like whatever basic women have roles and men have roles, why are you showing me a picture of a woman taking out the trash?
Oh, is that what the picture was?
I feel like it was.
What?
No.
No, not if
No,
we're
no.
going strict female male gender roles.
Then the men take out
Out the trash because it
obviously.
stinks,
It's gross.
and you might get sticky things on
Ew.
your hands.
No.
I mean I will
I have
take
to
out the
lift
trash
the
if I
thing.
have to, but I
mean,
have children.
I can do it.
I have children and a husband,
Well, exactly.
so I take it out as infrequently as I possibly can.
I'll take out like the bathroom trash.
If I'm here alone and
Oh,
the
yeah,
trash
no,
is
like
full, then
I'm not
yes, I'll take out the trash.
I'm not like a filth person.
But if
Like,
there's
I'll-
somebody
I
else
clean
here,
up after
I
myself.
got 2 sons.
Yes.
Take out the trash.
2 strong, beautiful sons.
Take out the trash, you little bastard. So yeah, so they're looking at these weird flashcards, talking about their roles, whatever.
Right.
And
she's a
Graham calls her a
mother.
priss.
Yeah.
And then she
And
shows
then
her this
she
naked, soapy
And then
woman
zaps her,
flashcard
like,
and
you have to
shocks
be
her.
ready for temptation.
Cut to Mike trying to teach the boys football when here come Rock with his hedge trimmer and a rake
Uh-oh.
and them booty shorts.
Yep.
Stroking his wood.
These cakes.
He got that. He got them cakes. Hello, Rock.
Hi.
That's why Leanne Ryan's
Well,
like, yeah,
all right.
yes.
Yep, I'm
She's all, I saw, but
smacking-
I'm a cheerleader. Hello, Eddie Cibrian. You can come this
Hi.
way.
Hi. Let me just look.
So Mike's telling them they're sad and pathetic.
Right.
You want something you can't have because he's just jealous because him and Rock are clearly
'cause
some sort of.
Because he noticed the boys were doing what he was doing a second ago.
And I feel like, I don't think it ever shows it, but I feel like him and Rock had a little side something that they were meeting.
Girl, yes.
Meeting
Girl,
in the,
yes.
in the shed.
In my life, in my reality, in my fantasy, which is my reality.
They were meeting in that shed.
Yep. They
So,
were
yeah.
out there doing landscaping.
And he tells them if he catches them looking at another man like that, they'll have to watch sports all weekend.
Oh, no.
So the girls are getting baby training.
Yes, they're changing diapers on a baby.
And Megan and Graham are
They're
fighting.
like wrestling over, and it inks in
It-
Mary's face.
yes, it's like an octopus baby. It like
Yes.
purple peas all over Mary's face.
Purple peas? No.
And they giggle. And before we get to step 3, this is a perfect time
Perfect.
to take a quick break.
A perfect pink time to take a break.
We'll be right back. Hey guys, we got another new friend for you.
Our friend Cherish makes these amazing handmade pop sockets for your phone that are super detailed little works of art and feature icons from some of your favorite childhood films like Neverending Story, Labyrinth, Ghostbusters, and more.
I bought the sandworm from Beetlejuice for my phone, and it is super adorable. It even has like real sand around the base of it, like it's coming out of the
I know,
sand.
I've seen it. It's super cute. But you can watch her make them on her TikTok channel or get your own over at cherishheathart.com and use our code DOOM10 for 10% off on us.
That's cherishheathart.com.
Later, Doomers.
Step 3.
Family therapy.
Andre's in there telling everyone about maybe it was when he had swimming lessons and we all
Right.
changed in front of each other. And
But
Mary's like,
that's what we
all
do.
kids do that.
But what they don't get like a and his
Right?
Paisa dad is like he seems very supportive though.
Yeah. And so, yeah, the parents are all here and Graham's dad's being a fucking dick.
Oh my god, I wrote that he's being a real fucking asshole.
I hope she's getting more out of this than the F slur over there.
Oh, he
like,
said like I'm not going to
ooh.
sit in a room with a fucking F slur.
Oh. And Andre's like, He's right. My root is stupid. I'll never know why I'm gay.
Right? I never know why I'm such a pansy.
And Graham's dad tells her when he gets back from Switzerland, she better have this gay thing out of her system.
Right? Or there's no car, no college, no trust fund, no nothing.
So they take off and she follows them out.
Mm-hmm.
Megan watches them out the window and catches eyes with Graham.
Right.
And now it's Megan's turn to tell her root.
She was like, well, maybe it was that time that dad was unemployed and like mom had to work and maybe
Dad's
I
like,
got-
wait a minute.
Hold on
Blah,
a
blah, blah, blah.
second. Like, oh, yes, of course. Your dad was emasculated. Your mother was overbearing. And she's like, whoa.
Her dad's like, it's only 9 months and then I got a better job.
Right. I got a better job. It wasn't like that. It was a very small part. And how is this fine, but the swimming lessons things were not?
Right? Like sometimes dads lose their jobs. And again, this is not 1955.
I know. Like, this is supposed to be, I don't know what times this is supposed to be. If it is actually supposed to be 99.
I think, but I don't know.
I
It's
mean,
a little
it's
confusing.
all supposed to be a joke. I mean, this is all a fucking joke. The reality is far darker.
Yes.
With these
This is an
camps.
easy
It's like, you
conversion
should
camp
be,
in comparison.
This would be a blessing to be sent to a stupid one like this rather
Right.
than just go to the doghouse for way too long. He was in there a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we'll get there.
So later, the kids are outside having some free time, and Mike tells them their time's up in 20, and he's over there looking at Rock.
Uh-huh.
Hot. And Andre's sitting by Hillary when this paper airplane flies in.
Right. And he looks, or Andre opens it, and it's like, explore your options, live free, meet at midnight on Saturday. And Hillary's like, what's that? He's like, nothing.
He knows Hillary's a narc. He
It's
crumples that
trash
shit
and sticks it in his pocket.
up. Megan approaches Graham, looking sad outside, and sits by
Mm-hmm.
her. She's trying to write a new cheer.
2, 4, 6, 8. God is good.
God is straight. And she's like, that's good. She chimes in with God is straight. And she's like, that's actually
She's
really
like,
good.
come on. Graham is the only one with the true direction.
Right? And Graham's making fun of her about the cheering. And she's like, look, they're not supposed to be intellectual.
Right. It makes people feel good. She's like, orgasms make people feel good. Cheerleaders makes girls do cartwheels in fucking underwear.
And Megan's like, well, your parents didn't stay long. Well, I imagine it gets uncomfortable sitting that long with a stick up my ass.
Well,
So she's like, I'm sure they just want the best for me.
she's like, wow, that's really not an act. You really are sweet as fucking pie.
Don't you know? There's no changing it. You just are what you are.
Right. You just can't get caught.
Megan asked how she ended up here. She got caught.
Right.
Doing what?
Well, I had this friend. We spent way too much time together.
What
Her
were you doing?
Stepmom. What the fuck do you think we were doing?
My stepmom caught me and my parents sent me here.
Yep.
Are you in love with her?
What does it matter?
She stands up to walk away and Megan grabs her hand.
Hey, I could report you for that.
Looking sad.
Aw.
That night, getting ready for bed, and Megan's brushing her hair.
Right? She starts to notice.
And they all have
Graham.
bathroom time at the same
I
time.
know. That's okay.
One
This
bathroom?
Is this a conversion camp
Or
or
is
is
this
this
orgy
Hicksville Pines for
Right?
gay kids?
Oh my God. Megan's watching her rinse her mouth out in slow
I
mo. Like,
know.
oh,
She dreams of macking Graham.
oh,
with
and this
that-
kiss so much hotter than Jared.
Well, she gets it.
yeah.
Well, she knows what she's doing.
And her eyes open and she hears that buzzing in the dark
You know,
again.
she's like, "What the fuck is that?"
Sinead's just staring at
That's
Graham
where
asleep.
she's just looking at her.
Oh.
Yeah, this is not working for Sinead. Sinead. Oh no,
Is she in the
Sinead,
room
can
with
you hear
us?
me? Sinead, can you hear me?
It's the difficult brown hair.
Oh no.
So Megan goes outside with her little shocker.
I know,
Or
she
not
goes to-
outside, but
well,
outside the room.
She goes to rub one out in Mary's office.
Yes, with her eyes all rolled
know,
back
she's
in her
like
head, looking in
doing
at
like
Graham.
her confirmations, her affirmations, or whatever. Like, oh, I know.
And damn, Graham, you got two girls staring at you, sleeping, jerking off at the same time. They're
I know.
jorking. They're bajayjays. Bajoina.
vaginas,
Vaginas.
Right? For a girl that's slightly greasy and probably smells like a hamster
For
cage.
the Ethan Hawke of 90s girls. Or the Josh Hartnett of 90s girls. But
Why
who did
would
we
you
not want to
say
bone?
something so accurate?
Say something so controversial.
Controversial yet so brave.
But
you are
yes,
stunning and brave.
she was greasy before.
I know.
I still would have hit it.
Girl,
Clea DuVall could get it.
for sure.
this day.
To this very Claire.
Clea, reach out.
Hey, just
Reach
saying.
out.
Just saying. Make a sandwich.
So yeah, she's in the room trying to jerk off, and she sees something happening under Mary
She's like,
Brown's
"Oh, hold
glass
on."
desk.
And it's Dolph and Clayton under there.
Backing it.
Right?
And she starts shrieking like a fucking
Shut
narc and
the
a half.
fuck up, you stupid bitch. Which
You're
is what he
jerking off
tells
to
her.
a girl. What do you... Who
She's
you narking
trying
on?
to work her fucking program. I mean, I guess. She's still conflicted. She just found out she's a homosexual.
So Mary and Mike come running in. Ooh, a little premature simulation.
It was them too.
So they argue, and Mike tells him he's disappointed, and Dolph especially. And now, no, that it wasn't Mary yet, because now it's time to wake Mary.
Right. Now we have to wake Mary. And she's in there, and all the other kids are listening. And fucking Megan still has that zapper. in her
Yes,
fucking,
just clutching
you
it
know
in
what?
her
Zap
hand.
yourself right now.
Zap yourself out of being a narc.
Right. So somebody has to talk. Either someone's going in the doghouse and someone's going home.
Yeah, whoever started it has to leave.
Right.
So Clayton is put in a week of solitary in this little child-sized fucking playhouse.
She locks him in. It's a literal doghouse.
It's insane. And Dolph is expelled from the program.
He leaves. You don't see where he's going. He's trying to say goodbye.
He waves bye to them. Andre just wishes he could have seen them in action.
I know. Shit.
And they're talking about how Megan's a narc.
Right. And like, it's like, if she would have narked on me, heads would have rolled. Like, oh, what are you going to do? Tie her down to the bed and zap her to death?
So Graham makes it very clear she's aware of how much Sinead has been zapping her
because
pussy.
Now, right. And now Megan has to sit with narc Hillary
Yeah.
over there by themselves. And like, she and Graham catch eyes, and Graham's like, she's drunk.
About Sinead, yeah.
Right.
Now it's time for step 4.
Demystifying the opposite sex.
So they're watching this projector.
It's like weird collages.
Weird collage couples.
Did Mary make these?
Maybe, yeah.
This
they're
is like 7.
straight couples doing straight things, but like you
Straight
wrote a ransom
couples
letter.
Doing straight things as a ransom letter.
And now Graham's like touching Megan's arm.
I know.
As they start talking about sex on this, and
Mm-hmm.
cut to Graham painting Megan's toenails in the purple bathroom.
They're all friends now.
Fighting over the fake baby, learning to
Oh.
cross their legs,
Poor
doing
Jan.
flashcards, scrubbing the bathroom floor and canoodling.
Right. Canoodling.
That was a big Perez Hilton
I was
word.
just going to say, bitch, that's where I got it from.
Uh-huh. Washing the dishes together.
Mm-hmm.
And she asks her if she misses her friends at home, and she's like, I don't have any friends.
I don't have any.
What
like
about
the
you?
jocks, the fucking cheer. Oh.
And then she's like, oh, well, I thought I had friends.
Right.
And they just silently wash the dishes.
Mm-hmm.
So that night, Megan goes to brush her teeth and finds Graham and Jan and Sinead getting ready to go out.
Right. It's 4 weeks left, and they're all gonna do the thing. And like, fuck Mary, we're going out.
There's no way, as long as nobody rats on us. And
Right.
so she doesn't know if she's going to go. She's
Right.
just
She's like,
standing
well,
there.
if you're not gonna go, at least don't rat us out. So everybody takes off.
Megan goes to bed and sees Hillary asleep, and she gets back up and gets ready to go out, and she makes it to the van just in time.
Mm-hmm. And she meets Lloyd and Larry Morgan Gordon.
And they are their transport and have fake IDs for all of them. So they're
Right.
also taking them to a fucking 21 and over bar.
Right, that they are, and they're letting them drink.
Yes.
But they're ex-gays. They
Yes.
used to be part of Mary's ranks until they deflected.
And now they're just trying to provide them with a balanced perspective.
Which, sure, like, they didn't get in trouble. I mean, like, I don't know where it is that they are, but it seems like it's out in the middle of nowhere.
It seems like it. Maybe they're in like Bakersfield. It said California.
It seems like they're in Paso Robles.
Megan's like the Underground Homo Railroad.
She's like, you're like the Underground Homo Railroad.
So enter the club.
Oh my God, they arrive at the cocksucker, and Andre brought them boots with the fur. I am Andre.
And ladies are making out, and Megan's like,
like,
you
is
didn't
this a
say it's
gay
a
bar?
Well, where else would we go?
Come on.
So she goes to get her a drink. I don't drink.
Right. She's like, I'm going to get you a drink. No,
She's
she
over there
doesn't drink.
reciting her interventions when Graham brings her
That
beer.
was it, the intervention. That's what she was jerking off to earlier.
And Julie Delpy comes over and asks Megan to dance.
Yeah, she could dance.
She's like, no,
I
that's
don't wanna- yeah.
okay.
She's like, go
Graham's like, just fucking
fucking dance with her. It's just dancing.
And then Sinead asks Graham to dance.
Right. And they're like looking straight at, like, why don't you just dance
with
together?
each other. Oh my God. They're
you
watching
could
each
cover.
other, and Sinead's going to check them cheeks when
I
Megan
know,
sees it and
she
takes off
runs
running.
out, and Graham follows her.
It's not
out
what you
to
think.
The alley. I don't
like
like her
that
like
way.
that.
Doesn't matter.
Right? Like, what am I supposed to do? Do you do what you want? What I want? What I really want?
And Graham tries to kiss her.
Oh,
She turns her head, but then
I want to do that
she goes
again.
in for another one.
Ew.
And inside, Andre is handling the dance floor.
Bop, 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 bop. We gotta
Working
post that
it.
fucking video.
And Sinead goes out and finds Megan and Graham kissing and is pissed.
Oh, Sinead's getting jealous.
They head back to the van.
Mhm.
Graham and Megan all holding on to each other.
I know. She's like, "What are you looking at?"
And they go to break back into True Directions. Is that what it's called? True Directions?
Yeah, True Direction. But Mary's
The light
coming.
comes on.
Bed check.
But they get back in their beds right as she comes in.
Right, and then after she checks on everybody, Graham runs over and sneak kisses Megan. Good night.
And Sinead's looking at her
Ooh,
with her fucking
silent.
shocker all scary looking.
Zzz, zzz.
The next day, Megan's brushing her teeth all dazed.
Mhm.
And it's group therapy time.
Here I go, going down, down, down.
And Mike's still trying to get Andre to figure out his route. And Jan realizes, I'm a heterosexual.
Not yet, honey, but you will be.
No, I've
No.
never been gay.
Just
And Mike's all, no,
because-
you've been molested. Just look at you.
I know. She's like, no,
Whoa.
like just because I look like this, I wear baggy clothes and I like softball and I'm not pretty like other
But
girls.
I like guys.
I like guys. I just want a big fat
Wiener.
Yeah, wiener up my
Oh,
amen,
sister. So she runs off and Mike goes after her.
I know, but like, who is she fooling?
Right? And Mary is dusting the mattresses and finds
Right.
a matchbox from the cocksucker.
Cocksucker.
And she brings them all
confronts the group.
together.
I want names. Graham. Why me? Because they were under your bed.
I didn't sneak out, and I don't know who did.
Right. And she's like, actually, I just realized something last night.
I have a crush.
And it's on Joel.
Really?
Well, it's safe.
The first time she felt something for a guy. The treatment is working, and Mary is thrilled.
Yes. She's
Mary-
like, but I made an appointment with the rest of your parents. 'Cause we're
Yes,
gonna
I have
find-"
called all your parents.
So she called before knowing that Graham had a
even
crush?
who, and even who snuck
That was
out or
weird.
anything.
Yeah, that was weird.
So they're listening to the other parents grill their kids,
Mhm.
and Megan's talking to Mary and her parents.
I just want to say that Mink Stole says cocksucker like she owns, like she personally fucking owns that word.
and yet she doesn't say it
I
in
know.
this movie.
Well, yeah, it's like she's supposed to be offended, but she still like says the word cocksucker like it ain't no big thing.
Of course.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
So they tell Megan, if you went to this club, you can't come home. We can't allow you to live an unhealthy lifestyle
If
in
you
our home.
choose this, then you choose to cut us out of your life.
And she's like, no, you have nothing to worry about. I've been missing Jared a lot. I can't wait to see him. And they're
She's like, yeah, I really miss Jared and his big, nasty, open mouth, fucking
Ugh.
blap, blap, blap kisses.
ugh. So they're like, keep up the good work and kiss her goodbye.
So Mary calls up Lloyd and Larry's and leaves hateful messages.
And they're making protest signs, silly F slur, dick slur for chicks, and all these different
Adam
things.
and Eve, not Adam and Steve. Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve.
And she has the kids go picket Lloyd and Larry.
And like one of the kids comes through, like, I know you. I saw you last night at the cocksucker.
And she fucking throws a rock
Does
at
your
him.
daddy know you're a you
yeah.
heard it?
And Megan's like, whoa. And she's like, well,
Right,
what do you
she's
want me
like,
to do?
They could have seen us kissing last night.
So they come out and tell them to retreat, and they do. And and they're like, is this what you teach, Mary? Throw
Right.
stones from glass houses?
You're gonna have a lot of broken glass, bitch.
So that night they have cake.
Yeah, it's a straight is great party.
Yes.
And Joel compliments like how good Graham is at being straight. He's like,
Really?
"Yeah, I should have gotten the cake. I feel like the aggressor. When he tells like, I feel like I'm the aggressor.
And Rock's body is big muscles. Megan's all up on him like, oh, can I rub
like,
them?
Can I rub them? Can I rub it out? And they're like looking at each other like, yes, this is what we need to do to get through this, I guess.
And now it's time for the final test.
Right. And I thought this was step 5, but no,
No,
this
it's just
is
the final test.
that they will be graded on categories, and if you pass,
You get to
then
step
you
5.
get to go to step 5.
So it's time for the simulated sexual lifestyle.
No, that's
that's what step 5 is.
This is just the breakdown of all of the
Right,
things.
chopping the wood, scrubbing the floors,
Right,
working on
right.
cars, have tea and wear dresses, play sports.
The essay portion, my route and how it prevented me from a heterosexual loving.
And Mary passes everybody but Andre. He's got to pack his bags.
He's helpless, though.
And she tells everyone there's cake in the kitchen and rest up for the simulation.
Mm-hmm.
And Andre cries, I wasn't meant to be a butch. I'm
Right.
a sissy.
And Joel's like, you're not a sissy. You're nice and clean and smart and sexy and firm and luscious. And excuse me, I don't need somebody that just proved that they were straight to tell me how sexy I am.
He calls them all liars. You know who you really are.
And you know who you want. Ain't nobody gonna change that. Shit.
That night, Megan rolls over in bed to see Graham awake,
I know. They're making eyes over knowing Sinead is jealous.
smiling at each other.
And they pop off to go have a fingering session.
And Sinead, of course, sees them.
They go to make scissors and they have the lights.
The gentlest of kisses and
I know,
caresses
it's
and
so
finger sucking and thigh
gentle
kissing.
guitars and lesbian music.
Got some Katie Lang. No, there wasn't really Katie Lang, but there could have been.
God's dead. Wasn't she just in that movie? That Saltburn movie?
Wasn't that Katie Lang?
Yeah.
And Megan tells her she never felt this way before except for when she was cheerleading.
She's like, oh, really? She's like, no, I really love it. Like, it's exhilarating.
And she would love to see her cheer for
Aw,
real.
it's all deep.
I'm just jealous you love something.
Uh,
So the next morning, Megan is woken up by Mary and the others.
everybody's leaning over like, get up,
You hormonal hussy.
right? Get
What
up
did I
right now.
do?
You had a little sleepover with Graham last night.
You're being removed from the program, and your parents have made it clear you are not welcome home. You are
Right.
left to your own devices.
Unless,
You partner in simulation with Rock
I don't think that's going to work.
as he's outside dancing his ass off in his booty shorts.
To some RuPaul.
And Mary's meeting with Graham, saying, we've lost Megan. She just wasn't strong enough, but you
Right.
still have a chance.
Yep.
Save yourself. You can run off with Megan and turn into a raging bull dyke, or do the simulation and lead a normal life.
And that's what she chooses to
Well,
do.
because her dad's like, you
Well,
came
like,
here to
you
graduate.
don't get nothing.
and
Yeah,
that's what
you
you're
won't
going
go
to do.
college. You're not getting a car. You're not getting a trust fund.
And Megan's outside with her pom-poms.
Well, her stepmom is like, this is why your mom left.
Yeah, damn.
Who got married in pants. It's her fault
that she's a lesbian and she
because
left.
she got married in pants, and then what? I guess it's her fault again because she bailed. Come on.
I guess so.
Terrible. I want to see Graham's mom. Who's she? Who's
Yeah.
she?
So Graham comes out with her parents talking about it's settled. Graham will partner with Rock in simulation and,
And
Megan
is out. So bye.
And she like mouths I'm sorry to Megan and just walks off.
Right.
So Megan goes to Larry and Lloyd's.
Mm-hmm.
Teach me what lesbians wear and
Where they
live.
go, where they live, how they.
And they're like
Like,
there's
we
no one way to be a lesbian.
No, you just continue being yourself, and we'll figure it out.
And she finds Dolph there. He lives there
Right.
now.
And he's like, yeah, I'll be here until I figure out how to be on my own.
And he tells her it's way better here. We get our own rooms. Curfew
Well,
is
that-
midnight.
He thanks her for like getting me out of that place.
Yes, he's like he's glad she
Right.
narked on him, and she's like, she thought that Graham was gonna leave with her, but she didn't.
Well, yeah, that's what he was like. Wait, hold on.
Who?
She's like, Graham. He's like, I knew it. She was into you from the start. Rufio, Rufio, Rufio. Oh.
Step 5: simulated sexual lifestyle, and they're in these nude bodysuits.
These like Adam and Eve
with the ivy leaves on
and,
their
like, the
genitals.
flower on the. Come on,
And
Mary,
Mary
and
is-
she's directing
her
with
son
everybody
kissing.
watching.
Yeah, this is very disturbing.
Give it a little tongue.
Mary has some problems.
There, no wonder. I mean, not no wonder. Just I'm fascinated that Rock is not weirder than he is.
Right? That he's just regular gay and
Yeah,
not
he's
some
just
sort of
regular
deviant.
gay, and he's not a deviant. Yeah,
She's like, he wants to be inside you like God intended.
right.
His
His love muscle
thrusting.
Mom.
It's gross, dude. Back to Larry and Lloyd's house. They're asking Megan what she wants to do now and arguing
Larry
over how to
is,
deal
like,
with her.
Like, she's not ready.
And so now Clayton and Hillary are doing simulation sex, and Rock and Graham.
Oh, my God. And he's just wiggling.
Remember, sex is fun. We're making
Right.
love. There's nothing dirty about it. It's beautiful when it's between a man and a woman. And she's instructing them on intercourse.
Joel wants to know about foreplay. And she's like,
It's for
foreplay is for
sissies."
sissies. Real men go in, unload, and pull out. Mom.
So at the gay bar, Megan is there with Dolph and sees Julie Delpy dancing with some other girl.
Right. And he's like, why don't you go dance? She's like, no, I don't want to. You can. I'm good.
She goes outside and Dolph follows her. And she's like, I miss her. And she asks about him and Clayton.
Right. And he was like, well, if he can't make a stand, he can't make a stand. She's like, well, what are you willing to do?
Graduation.
Hillary is so proud. Isn't it great to be straight?
They're putting on their top dollar finest,
right? They have,
heterosexual
like, this
finest.
plastic Barbie pink dresses that they're wearing. And Megan and Dolph go to disrupt this situation.
Yes, they get in their camo and get in the SUV to go rock the joint.
rock.
They're going to fuck this shit up.
So Mary is like, may I present to you our happy heterosexual.
Megan's like army crawling up in the background.
Right.
She snags Graham out of line. Did you miss me?
Right. She's like, I can't go anywhere.
And Megan gets up and walks down the aisle.
Right. But Dolph get Clayton, though.
Oh, yeah. They're macking already.
So Megan goes and puts on her cheer gear.
She got to try again.
And her capas.
And Mary's giving her speech. And, yeah, she gets her pom-poms out.
Right.
They're giving them weird hetero statues for graduation.
I know.
And Megan comes up as Graham's getting hers.
1, 2, 3, 4. I won't take no anymore. 5, 6, 7, 8. I want you to be my mate. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're the one that I adore. 5, 6, 7, 8. Don't run from me, 'cause this is fate. I love you.
And Graham stands up, and Mary tells Megan, stop this instant, and she runs off.
Right.
And she tells him to go, and Graham runs up and gets in the
she's
car with
coming
her.
too.
And my 18-year-old Ani DeFranco heart cried.
Oh, yes. Would they live happily ever after?
Probably not. They probably lived together from the time they were 18 until they were like 22, and then had like a terrible, awful breakup and don't ever speak again. Because it was like this passionate first love U-Haul lesbian
brought like
situation.
all this fucking drama to Lloyd and Larry's house.
They share because think of it, they've not even barely slept together. They like maybe did a little fingering.
Right. Oh no, that one night it was like the full lighting.
Okay.
It was orgasms.
Okay,
It was a thing.
so they've known each other 2 months, right?
Yeah.
Because it's graduation,
Yeah.
so 2 months,
2,
and they're
3
gonna
months.
start living together as teenagers.
Sure.
So I really doubt
Everybody
they're
gets
still
their
together.
own room at Lloyd and Larry's. So
I'm sure they would have opted not to have their own room. They probably would have opted
they were
to
like,
share.
oh, we'll share
if we can.
We'll save space.
So
They pulled up a
parents
U-Haul.
and friends of lesbians and gays.
Oh,
Peter,
yeah,
Megan's dad, is
after.
there proudly. Mink Stole's cowering in the audience at the
Yes.
end. They're at the P flag meeting.
Right. Hello, my name is Peter, and my daughter is a homosexual.
And so, how did this movie doom us? I don't know whether
I
it
don't know.
did.
I just love this movie.
I just love it.
I just love this movie. I love the people that are in it.
Yeah, it's got a bunch of good people in it. It's a great movie. If you haven't seen it, where do we watch it? Tubi? It was on Tubi.
It was on Tubi.
So
I mean,
go
it's there.
check it
It's
out
free
on
with
Tubi.
commercials, which aren't many,
Yeah, it wasn't too bad.
and it's good. You should check it out if you like that kind of thing. If you like Jawbreaker, I feel like you'll like this movie. If you like Saved,
Mm-hmm.
you will like this movie because that was another one it suggested to me.
Okay.
And it also suggested to me Pumpkin, which I've never seen.
Girl.
No, I've never seen it. I know.
I only saw it recently, and I didn't know what it was about. I just knew it had Christina Ricci in it. So it was on Pluto streaming this maybe
You told me about
4
it.
months ago. Y'all, if you ain't never seen Pumpkin, get ready to cringe because this is about a slow kid or a handicapped kid that Christina Ricci falls in love with. And it's this very kind of, I don't even know the words for it.
Have you ever seen The Other Sister?
Yes.
Kind of the same.
So he
'Cause
didn't
what
go full retard. Like, what is that? What movie was that where they say that? Tropic Thunder?
Tropic Thunder, yeah.
But he went 75% of the way. But she was
was it?
also, Oh, what is the name of the actor? He's like a blonde kid. I can't remember.
He's a fucking blonde
And I don't
kid.
think he was fully. He wasn't
He was
supposed to
just,
be
like-
fully mentally handicapped, but he was sort of mentally handicapped,
Like,
and he was fully
enough.
physically handicapped. And it was just like, but she was also kind of dumb, so it wasn't like they kind of were on the same level.
No,
in
what
a
year
way.
was that? Do we know? Oh, no, I'll just.
I feel like late 90s, early 2000s.
2002. Who was the boy? Hank Harris.
Was he
Who is
Billy
that?
Elliot or something? Who was
No,
he?
that's not Billy Elliot. What the fuck was he in? Dude, give me his fucking movieography. What the fuck was he in? Come on.
We don't
he's
talk about
familiar.
film, so it's a movieography.
Who the fuck? Oh, god damn it. He's 44.
Okay, my age.
Duke Breaking Dawn. Is that a Twilight? Is that a Twilight?
Oh, maybe.
I
that
never
sounds
saw
right.
any of them, so that's. I saw him in maybe Little Evil, Insidious 2.
Oh, okay, maybe that's what you know him from.
Maybe that's what I know him from. Bones, NCIS. I don't watch any of those.
But yeah, I can't even remember fully now the whole thing, and maybe I overreacted, but I just remember in the moment I watched the whole thing, but I
He
was
is
messaging her
Pumpkin.
like, yeah, he is Pumpkin.
He is Pumpkin.
Yeah.
What is it? Oh, Melissa McCarthy. Look at all of that. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I never did see that
It
one.
was a weird one. I just remember it being weird.
Yeah, well, if it's like that, then yeah, that's weird.
So we have a voicemail from Newman at Movie for Days podcast, and I'm gonna try to play it. But earlier when I tried to play it, it kept freezing. So we'll see. We're gonna see what happens. Here we go.
Hey, this is Newman from the Movies for Days podcast. Responding to your recent episode on Charlie's Angels, you mentioned the fine dancing styles and skills of one Crispin Glover. I believe was credited in that film as sexy, weird guy. That's what I came away with.
Oh, yeah, it is.
He is a fabulous dancer and did some fabulous dancing in Friday the 13th, Part 4, Final Friday.
I don't know why it keeps
I
doing
know,
that.
that's weird.
It's still playing. Hold on. I don't know why
Gotta
there's a
wait.
gap.
You gotta wait.
Keep going. Come on, Newman. Is it not gonna? It's weird. It gave me a transcription of the whole message, but it's not playing. So I'm just gonna read it. So the rest of that is, he's a fabulous dancer. He did some fabulous dancing in Friday the 13th, Part 4, Final Friday. Oh, Final Friday. It doesn't give you right punctuation when it does
No,
a transcription.
of course not.
He's doing dancing. He's doing in that scene is actually being done to the AC/DC song Back in Black. And that is actually how Crispin Glover dances all the time. He had to use a different song, of course, in the movie that they could actually afford. He was a little nervous about dancing on screen like that, but the director insisted, and Crispin Glover was quoted as saying, "Oh, I'm afraid I'm just a young actor who really needs this job, and I'm just not good." Something story, look it up later, Doomers. So yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know why your message is like
I know
got
that
big
was
gaps
weird.
of quietness
it was doing
in
that
it.
earlier.
But thank you for sending us a
Yes,
voicemail. And if you
definitely.
guys want us to play your voicemail or read a text message from
Yes, we
you,
will.
702-720-DOOM. 702-720-3666. Find us on Instagram at Doom Generation Pod. Don't forget to catch our live streams on YouTube the last
Yes.
Saturday of the month at
The
7
30th
p.m.
or 31st.
Pacific Standard Time. If you miss it, it will be still available for you on
can
YouTube.
Go back.
And if you want to support this podcast, go to patreon.com/Doom Generation.
Yes, that would be nice.
And until next week,
Talk to you next time.
later, Doomers.